Bystanders on the newsstand. As you can see, we are in Ogba, Lagos, and Nigeria, and because the people are on the newsstands discussing about the issues that is concerning them in the country. Today we have two wonderful papers with us. We have the Saturday Punch, and also we have the Saturday Tribune. It's a wonderful weekend in Lagos State. I know we know that so many things has happened in the past few hours. Let's look at the Tribune this morning. Above the masthead of Tribune, again, government strike in Ekiti, abduct APC chieftain. Government strike in Ekiti State, abduct APC chieftain. INEC must come clear on electronic voting. This is coming from the PDP. INEC must come clear on electronic voting. Now, below the masthead, we have the major headline, which is nationwide outrage as bandits murder varsity students. Remember, yesterday, some over 20 varsity students in Greenfield University in Kaduna State were kidnapped by bandits, and we are having this story this morning that there's outrage nationwide as bandits murder varsity students from Pandev. They are saying these killings are despicable. Buhari should wake up. These killings are despicable. Buhari should wake up. Nigeria has failed. Nigeria has failed. This is from the Middle Belt ethnic nationalities. Now we still have the picture of Odumake that is arriving. The remains of the Afenifere spokesman Yinka Odumake arriving in his hometown Moro. Ife North local government on Friday with his widow Joe Odumake and officials of the Osun State government. Look at the picture at the down part of the Tribune. You can check that. Now towards the down part of the Tribune. Buhari under fire for backing Pantami. Buhari under fire. Nigerians are really talking hot on this issue of Pantami. There are various hashtags on Twitter. Pantami must resign. Now Buhari under fire for backing Pantami, and the rider, our president's view aligns with Pantami's on terrorism. This is from Ezekwesili. Our president's view aligns with Pantami's on terrorism. That means the president's view on terrorism is the same with that of the alleged terrorist minister Pantami. Hoffman, Chatham House fellow joins debate. Hoffman, Chatham House fellow joins debate. This is from the British. Presidency has sympathy for terrorism. Presidency has sympathy for terrorism. Now, looking at the down part of it, we are opposed to Oluwo's invitation of 10 million Fulani community leader. Oluwo's invitation of 10 million Fulani community leader is saying that they are opposed to his invitation. Recall that he said that the Fulani that is being embattled in other states of the southwest can come to the state. How assailants killed our people, burned down houses. Gombe villagers recount horror attacks. And now the last one, death of Chadian president has massive security implications for Nigeria. The death of Chadian president has massive security implications from Nigeria. This is from General Koleoso retired. Now let's go over to the Punch Saturday this morning. Below the masthead, we have from the widow of Odumake. He said, if I had second chance, I'll still marry Odumake. This is the widow talking this morning. If I had second chance, I will still marry Odumake. Now, this revelation from Ray Ekpu, former journalist Ray Ekpu. He said, Delegiwa's killers are known. Government not ready to do anything about it. Delegiwa's killers are known. Governments are not ready to do anything about it. If that is true, that means it's unfortunate that if the government knows the killers of Delegiwa, the popular journalist, and they are not doing anything about it, it is an indictment on the fight for justice. Now, Naira exchanges at 480 Naira per dollar at parallel market. Naira exchanges for $480 at parallel market. Let's look at the main headline on the Punch newspaper. Parents devastated over students killing, 65 kidnapped in fresh attacks. Wow. this banditry of a thing is getting out of hand in Nigeria. I don't know what the government is doing, but parents are devastated over students killing, 65 kidnapped in fresh attacks. This is the rider. Corpses dropped near varsity. The corpse of the students were dropped near the university. Bandits still insist on 800 million naira ransom. Corpses dropped near varsity. Bandits insist on 800 million naira ransom. Now this is coming from Gumi on the attack on the university. Sheikh Gumi, the popular religious cleric. Banditry now war situation. Government should cooperate. Banditry is now a war situation. He's saying that government should cooperate. And look at the downside of the paper from Ingige. Governors responsible for prolonged Jusun strike. The judiciary are still on strike. Now Ingige is saying that governors are responsible for the prolonged strike. From Pantami's case, we're still revisiting the Pantami's case. Presidency bashed for backing Pantami. Reps caucus, 6 ministers exit. Presidency is bashed for backing Pantami. Now some caucus in the House of Reps are seeking the ministers exit. Now looking at the Lagos amputee hawker, the woman that was found hawking and she had her leg amputated. She has celebrated her birthday and she's set to open a supermarket. Wow, that's wonderful. Lagos amputee hawker celebrates birthday, set to open supermarket. That is what we have for the papers this morning. And now looking at the main one of the main focus we have this morning. IPOB already sentenced Southeast governors to death. That is from Ikwazu. IPOB already sentenced Southeast governors to death. When we are looking for a way that this situation, the security situation in the Southeast, a way whereby it can be resolved. Now IPOB has come out to say that Southeast governors is on their wanted list. This is from Ikweazu, the governor of Abia State. He's saying that IPOB already has sentenced Southeast governors. And lastly, FG states local government share 681.3 billion naira in March. LG, federal government, local government share 681.3 billion naira in March. Okay, we'll be moving over to our reviewers this morning, but before we do so, let's look at page 10 of the Punch newspaper. What is the complaint from the Southeast governor saying that IPOB has sentenced Southeast governors to death? IPOB sentenced Southeast governor to death. Is on the page 10 of the Punch newspaper. Governor Okeze Ikpeazu of Abia State has said that the issues of marginalization and inequality raised by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, are valid. The governor, however, faulted the strategy being employed by IPOB, advising his secessionist group to explore dialogue and peaceful ways to seek redress. Ikpeazu, who stated this during a visit to the Osasu Igbinedion Pan-African television studio in Abuja on Thursday night, said IPOB had placed all the governors of the Southeast under fatwa, that is death sentence. Fatwa is the typical Muslim term for death sentence that was used by Pansami. That he was accused of killing a student when he was the chief imam, I think is in Kaduna State, a university in Kaduna State. Now he said that IPOB has placed all the governors of the Southeast under fatwa. So that is it for that. And let's go over to our reviewers this morning. Yeah, this morning. Wow, this is a wonderful Saturday morning, and it's so unfortunate that every day as we move, things are getting out of perspective in keeping the nation one. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How was your night, sir?
Thank God.
Wow. I have the kidnapped students now. 3 students are dead. and parents are grieving. Still, the bandits insist on 800 million naira ransom from them. How can this be resolved?
Though I am not a security expert, but what I believe and I know is that we have a security organization on ground. If I've always been canvassing this in time past, and I want to reiterate it again, that our security architecture needs to be revamped. We cannot continue like this. And in a nation whereby there is a breakdown of law and order, it shows that Nigeria is gradually turning into a pariah state. And if the Supremo, as we have it, the president, is there and is doing nothing, then it calls for everybody's concern. I cannot be in a country whereby my children are not safe. I cannot be in a country whereby I myself am not safe. It shows that the security situation here is so serious and alarming and calls for urgent action. And to the parents of those that were kidnapped in Kaduna, I will only say that we have to continue to count on prayers, because I see that successive governments in addressing the security lapses in the country has failed to come out with a tangible resolution or solution to this problem.
Now, Sheikh Gumi is saying that banditry is now a war situation, that government should cooperate. Do you agree with that?
Those people that say it's a war situation, yes, we are in a war situation, whereby we wake up one day, we hear another person is being kidnapped in Kaura Namuda, another person is being killed in Oyo. So you begin to see it's an orgy of violence, and we cannot just continue like this, because the whole essence of this is that Nigeria need to come to a round table. A conference should be, we've had conferences in time past, but nothing, the resolution will never been taken, taken to light. So I begin to wonder, what is wrong with our people, our leaders? Now we need to restructure. We all have our own peculiar differences, and this thing needs to be addressed. The present constitution as we have it is an self-imposed constitution on us. It was not back with referendum. It is not people-oriented, and as such, we need to come to the round table and see how we can move this country forward. I believe we have. I don't believe that there is any problem that is insurmountable. I believe we do the needful. We can come out and address this situation, and Nigeria will be the better for it.
So should government cooperate, according to him? He said government should cooperate. You support?
Cooperate with who? With the bandits? If you say we cooperate with somebody that is faceless, with bandits, who are we cooperating with? It shows that there are some unseen hand tending the plier. I want to believe that if those bandits that is being purportedly said that we should cooperate with, if they are faceless, then Gumi should tell us where they live.
Okay, IPOB has sentenced Southeast governors to death. IPOB have sentenced Southeast governors to death.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a short while he'll be around to give us. Now, IPOB sentences Southeast governors to death. That's the question we're going to ask this morning. IPOB has sentenced Southeast governors to death. Is that the way forward for peace?
I believe that whosoever where the shoe pinches, it also goes along with pains. I think the IPOB, they are only saying their minds, telling the so-called the Southeast governor that they are just sitting on their arse. They need to come out with concrete resolution of resolving all this crisis-ridden society, and come out with a workable solution that will be acceptable to all. But calling them, because they are not they are not courts that can sentence somebody to death. They don't have the power. They will be taking laws into their hands if they should so do. Because I believe a society is being run by law. And any society that is being run by law, should also everybody will have everything that you do have to be subsumed into that law.
But they call the shots in somehow. They call the shot in Southeast.
If you say they call it short in Southeast, I don't believe so because there is a sitting government. I just want to believe that the IPOB is just like a body calling for a fiscal federalism to come to the fore. They have their own agitation. They are not gun carrying body. And all what they want is that governance should be given a human face.
Okay, lastly, on the Pantami issue, Buhari is under fire for not still sacking Pantami.
You see,
What should be done?
you see, I believe that if I want to believe that they are studying the situation. I'm not the spokesperson for Buhari, but when people are calling for the sacking of the Minister of Digital and whatever have you, Issa Patami to be sacked, I believe that they are studying the situation and the comment made by him in regard to terrorism. And if that comment is tantamount to sack, I think they will do the needful.
He has been indicted on terrorism. Look at Adiosun. Adiosun's case was not even up to that. They had to force her to resign.
Adiosun's case is a certificate saga. And I believe Adiosun is well schooled abroad. She had all the schooling time in the UK, and she must have imbibed the culture of decency while there. Whenever anything is being brought against you, the commonsensical sense of this to step aside, and that's what he did by throwing in the towel. You cannot compare this to Issa Patami. Issa Patami, though, in Nigeria today, I don't know who threw him up to accepting the ministerial appointment. I believe that he has not been speaking the mind of federal government. Maybe he spoke as a person, and he's been taken up for it. That's my own take.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Vincent. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, that is a good one from Mr. Vincent. I have Mr. Pato with me. Mr. Pato, good morning. Good morning. The great Mr. Pato.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning, viewers.
You are looking good this morning.
We thank God for life.
Now, IPOB has sent a threat sentencing Southeast governors. Should there be cause for alarm?
From my own point of view, I take a look at it that federal government formally declared IPOB terrorist group. And who are the incumbent governor is those governors in the southeast. So automatically they have the power in their hand. If you are governing a state, you are the #1 citizen of the state. I was so embarrassed yesterday when I saw a group of terrorists warning all the world leaders not to attend the burial of this the former Chad president. So to me, I see it as a threat, but that has nothing to do anything about it. Well, they will only do their best. But I so much believe that the present government should put everything in place for the youth. Because automatically, who are these mass-up or IPOB that we are talking about? It's the youth. They are the youth of today. When I was in school, this same president ruled me, and they were telling me I'm the future leader of tomorrow. But the same president, you can take a look at my age. I'm 40 plus. The same president ruled me as of 80s. The same president is ruling me today. So what is our hope? What is the hope of the youth? The youth man in the streets. Automatically you don't have any hope. Because you don't get to your turn. As soon as they finish, it's either their siblings or their nephew or whatever will go in there. So automatically it's what one getting angry. So the threat is, I know it's just ordinary stuff, but
so it's an empty threat. That's
it's
what
an empty threat. That is how I look at it, because there is nothing you can do, governor. For God's sake, we've seen a student being killed from Greenland University.
Yeah.
Were those students the leaders? Those children, your father may be a farmer and send you to school. Bandits will get access to the school and then kidnap the student and then kill them. What about the ministers? Don't you know where the ministers are living? Don't you know where the governors are living? So that is why I call it an empty threat, because you are not going to get to them. They have all the security they want in life. So there is no, how will you even get there? When a governor is coming, when everywhere will be silent.
Remember,
how will you get there?
Benue State governor was attached to.
Benue governor, that one, they are playing their own politics in the north. They are playing. Did they kill him? Have you not seen so many people, farmers being killed in Borno State? When they got the governor, why didn't they kill him? Let know that at least you have succeeded in killing one governor in Nigeria. They did not kill him, they left him. Are you getting it? So automatically it's an empty threat.
Do you see IPOB 5 years from now settling the situation in that southeast? Do you see any
that is the network?
Do you see them having to reconcile their differences, because it seems they are hell bent on making sure
that is only if the government of the day would listen to the youth. If they would listen to the voice of the youth. For crying out loud, there is no job. Today, kidnap have become the oil block that the youth are having, because there is no youth that have oil block. It's all the elders, our elders that are above 70s. They are the one having oil block. So automatically, the youth man of today does not have anything. Can you imagine? NIN, I put it again, NIN, National Identification Number. Somebody asked me to go and pay 2,000 to become a citizen of Nigeria, where I know that I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Are you getting it? So what are we saying? For me to go and pay money to register my NIN, 2,000 naira. Then what do you think? Whereas their own, they will take it to the... I recall the time of our ex-president, OBJ. They took it to every polling booth. Every polling booth, you go to a polling booth and you register. You read, though I got my own after 7 years, the NIN. But at least I got it. And he made it very easy. And I think he put down 2 days holiday, public holiday, for those who are working in a government house. You understand? To go and get themselves registered. But the question is, what is going on now? This is the change that we were looking for. We are seeing the change. Nobody asked the question, how is this change is going to be? Is it going to come out positive or negative? You understand? We were all clamoring for change. Broom. This one will come with broom. This one will come with umbrella. And they will give you 10,000 naira, you sell your future. To you youth today, come next 2023, watch me and watch me well. Be careful and watch what you are doing. So because they will give you 10,000 naira and you sell your future. That's it.
Some people say there will not be elections 2023.
Oh, of course, election is being scheduled to hold 2023. So let's hope for 2023. I don't have any power to say that election will hold. Who am I? Commoner in the streets, so I don't have the right to say election will hold. But election is being scheduled for 2023, which we know that government only have this year to work. From next year, campaign. In fact, campaign have already started. I have seen APC flag being fly, registration of. There was a time they were registering. They were doing registering for APC membership. I went there and I asked them, "Are you people doing NIN as well?" They said no. It is a membership that they are registering. Can you imagine when it comes to membership that has something to do with election? You take it to door post. NIN is 2,000 for one to register. Can you imagine this? Where are we going? In Borno, look at the student that is being slaughtered and they kill them. You don't even know if their father is a farmer, if it is the last cover that they used to send those children to school. Bandit, don't you see where our senators are living? God will bless Nigeria.
Okay, lastly, now, Buhari under fire for backing Pantami. There are pressures that Buhari should sack this man. What can you say to our dear president if you have
to me, our dear president, for God's sake, we vote in. But today, we've not been seeing your face on newspaper the way we used to see Jonathan. Every day during the Jonathan time or Obasanjo, we used to see his face on newspaper on daily basis. Today we don't see, we can only hear your voice from either the spokesman that has to do with
Garba Shehu.
And Lai Muhammad of Femi Adesina of Gbajabiyamila, we used to hear your voice through them. For God's sake, we did not vote them in. If I would have opportunity to speak to our dear beloved president, I would tell him, please, if the masses demand, then you do the demands of the masses. Because automatically, one man cannot cook for the public. The public will finish the food. But if the public cook for one man, there is no way you can finish the food.
Wow. That's a wonderful Mr.
Thank you very much.
Apostle. This is live. This is live. This is live. This is live after the live. Okay.
I beg, interview that honorable minister. Don't off his mic. Don't let his mic
live,
off.
Okay. He has spoken very well, and we also want to talk to our beloved mommy this morning. Now the youths are outraged at Buhari's inability to listen to their plight and to their request. Buhari under fire for backing Pantami. That is what is on the Tribune this morning. Buhari under fire for backing Pantami. Now the United Kingdom is also saying that they are going to have a debate on the issue at hand. Some people are saying that presidency, they have sympathy for terrorism. Good morning, ma'am. How was your day, ma'am? I come close. The students in Kaduna State that were kidnapped, some of them have been killed, and parents are crying, are grieving their losses. What would you say about that issue, ma'am?
They are not the only one crying. No. Even me that don't have a child there, I cried yesterday night because normally when I get home, I listen to channels every 10 o'clock news. So in fact, when they announced it, I tears roll out of my eyes because those parents that took their child to school, it's not what they expected that they got. It's bad now. Okay, you asked for 800 million ransom. You didn't even allow the parents or the government to come in and negotiate. You started killing them. Are they chicken? It's not good now. These are people that call themselves Muslims. I don't know what they teach them in that their Quranic school. I don't know.
Everybody's facing the same in the southeast, south also. They are facing the same peculiar issue of kidnapping. Kidnapping did not start today. Kidnapping, we have some Igbos that do kidnapping. We have Niger Deltas that do kidnapping. It's not just restricted to one part of the country. We have this general security situation. What do you think should be done at this point in time?
It's a serious matter because the Igbos that one thing is that the government should try and find out why the kidnapping is rampant. Is it joblessness? Let them create job for the citizens, because since they are kidnapping and they are getting ransoms, they've come. It has become business oriented matter. When they kidnap, they ask for ransom, and when the ransom is paid, they will go and carry on. I don't understand. It's not only one language anyway, but the killing is what people are after. Why are you killing human beings? Especially students. Are you encouraging their parents to still send their children to school? When the children when they go to school, you don't know, it may be the school that they will go and kidnap next. It's bad now. They are not encouraging them.
Okay. Our next question is IPOB sentences Southeast governors to death. IPOB have sentenced their governors to death. How do you respond to that? Do they deserve it?
Probably because they are not encouraging their people. Because the Igbos are known to be or the other party. Now they've joined APC, and that APC is ruling. The APC that one of the governor of Imo State have joined. I saw him on telly. Went to meet Buhari yesterday. The Igbo people, they are not happy about that, because why are you joining a party that I don't know? Since I was born, I'm 62 years now. I've never seen this type of government. And I don't know why in those days when they start rubbish like this, civilian government, army will take over. Now I don't know the type of army we have. May God help us. Because before, when civilians are not ruling well, you see army take over and everywhere we stand still. But now they are killing our military men. So even people to go and join military now, nobody will push the child. Before, it's a pride for you to go and join the military.
So that means the Southeast governor deserves to be killed. Is that what you're saying?
No, nobody deserves to be killed. We don't say because they are one thing or the other, they are not supporting IPOP that they should be killed. They are human beings. Let's think together, work together, and know the next step forward.
You think that the people want to work with the Southeast governors with what is happening?
Probably because they feel they are betrayed. That is it. Because the way, the Boko Haram people, they are killing people, maiming and raping. They didn't declare them terrorists. Why are they declaring the IPOP terrorists? It's not good now. Let's be frank.
Okay, thank you very much, man. That's a wonderful one from Mommy. Okay, this is at the Newsstand in Ogba. Okay, we have our next reviewer, Apostle, this morning. Good morning, sir. Death sentence for all Southeast governors by IPOB. Is it deserving of them?
Well, on one hand it's deserving, on the other hand it's not deserving. If a man is living and not living for others, just for living for himself, he deserves not to live. There's no need of living. If you are living for yourself, not for others. Philippians chapter 2 verse 4 say, let everyone think of others. Most of them proclaim to be Christians. Those Eastern governors. The commandment the Bible gave Christians to think of others, not their own thing alone. But they went to governance to think of their own political ambition and then think of their own money they will make at the expense of the masses they are handed over.
So they deserve to die?
That is why, on the other hand, they deserve not to live. The reason for living is to impact humanity. You know, if you are not living to impact humanity, you don't deserve to live at all. Because every man is created with a purpose to fulfill the volume of creation. And that volume of you are fulfilling is going to ease tension on the already tense world we are inside.
Then how did
and if you are not easing tension and you are increasing tension, you don't deserve to live because you are a terrorist yourself.
How did we get to this point?
They got to this point because they're only interested in their self. They got, not every one of us got. They got, because they're only interested in their self and not others. The reason why you are made a leader is to take care of others, not to yourself. But when they went there, they went for themselves. And as you go for yourself, you don't deserve to live because you are causing problem to the other people because we live for ourselves. We are all dependent on ourselves. Every man among creation have a role to play for the other person, to play for the other person. The scripture told us in Isaiah 41 verse 6, scripture told us that every one of us went to help his neighbor. So the reason why God created this earth and created numerous human beings with giftings is for us to help each other. So if you're in leadership, you are there to help somebody through your leadership role. If you're an engineer, you're there to help each other through your engineering role. The same thing if you are medical doctor.
Whatever you do.
You are giving that gifting to help others. But when you now go and you are using it for yourself alone, you break the system. And you are causing hardship for people.
Is it the fault of the state government or the federal government?
The fault of everybody.
The disconnect between the people and the...
The fault of every human being who refuses to fulfill purpose, who refuses to go and understand the reason why he's given a gift among men or is called into an office among men. Once you fail to do it, that is because there's a system where God has created for you to help another person. And if you fail to do it, you don't deserve to live. Because you are breaking the system of God. God has a system on earth when he created man and gave man earth to live. The system is that we will have help for one another.
Do you support the division of Nigeria?
Division of Nigeria. You see, if the division of Nigeria will make the desired peace to be among the living, I'm not talking about Nigeria or Biafra or whatever. But if the division of Nigeria will cause people to be released with the tension of suffering in Nigeria, that our youths and our men and women are trying to leave the country to go to other country for refuge, then there's no need keeping a union that cannot help the people. Because the reason why that union is made is to help people, to give living to people. And if the living cannot give living to people and it's not contrary to living of people, there's no need of having it together. It's a destruction of the system God created. People are suffering. Are you getting me? God has made the earth that we will be dependent on one another. It's called the ecosystem. And when the world broke ecosystem of God, they're bound to be suffering. Any part of the world that breaks the ecosystem of God, they're bound to be suffering. The ecosystem of God is being broken. When people are invited into offices and leadership, and they go there to do their own thing. But God wants everybody to be dependent on one another. That's why it's called an biologians call it ecosystem. And once that system is broken, serpent will bite. The Bible said when the hedge is broken, serpent will bite. So there's a hedge that was broken. That's why serpent is biting.
So the hedge that is broken now will give way for Nigeria to...
If they don't do something quickly, fastly, to go back to the ecosystem of God, there will be bound to be destruction.
Warrior under fire for backing Pantami. Pantami has been connected to terrorism in the past. Pantami?
Connected with terrorism?
Yes, in the past.
Yes.
And Nigerians have been calling for a sack.
Was he an adult when he was in terrorism?
I think he was above 20.
No. What is that? Was he an adult?
He was an adult.
An adult should be to know that terrorism is evil. Are you getting me? An adult should know that terrorism is evil. If it's not evil, why didn't he come and call a TV station? Why they were slaughtering to come and monitoring them when they are just bring somebody and be cutting his neck? If he knows it was not like that, he would just go bring somebody like this man now, bring a man or you, and be cutting your neck in the public, and then call a TV station like you're interviewing us now, the media, to be televising how and killing somebody. If you know it's not an evil at that age, whether it's 20 or 25 or 20 or 30. If he knows it's not an evil, why didn't he come out and be doing it in the open? A media station to be covering him when he was here and the people were cutting people. Why didn't he come out and do it in the public? So he know it was evil. And he still was embarking on it. So there will be punishment for every offense. You don't understand? He deserves punishment. Otherwise, they are not serious. You don't understand? He deserves to be punished. He deserves to be used to move from an office. He's not qualified for an office at his age to behave such thing.
The silence of the president, how do you look at it?
That's the thing. I say he deserves to be punished. And if he's not punished, then you are not ready to fight corruption, neither are you ready to fight terrorism. You are not fighting terrorism at all. Are you getting me? If it's not punished for the evil done, so that others will see that punishment, Bible even talk about, the Bible already. He said because punishment was not given on people who committed an offense. Swiftly, people tend to go their way. It's in the scripture. Because that punishment wants to make the people to know, yes, this man did something wrong. So whoever wants to do such that thing tomorrow, you will know that there's a punishment waiting for him for doing something wrong. But if the government now shielded somebody who did something wrong and nothing was done about it, then people continue in the evil. Another person will do it tomorrow and continue his evil.
Government is encouraging.
And the government is encouraging. What is his name, or whoever is his name, who encourages, is encouraging evil in the land. He's telling people that evil is good to continue to do in the land.
What is the way out?
The way out?
What is the way out?
The way out, number one, is for people to go back to the ecosystem of God.
I just want you to break this ecosystem.
Okay.
Again.
Ecosystem means when God created the heavens and the earth, He gave man earth to live in. And when He gave man earth to live in, He gave men different giftings. And these giftings are dependent to one another. Are you getting me? We are dependent on one another. So this gifting is meant for you to come and use it to improve the goodwill or the livelihood of people. What every gift you are getting, whether you are a president, whether you are a governor, whether you are a minister, whether you are a chairman or a councillor, the reason for your gifting in that angle of leadership is to improve the lot of people. And when you are not ready to go back to that system which God prepared, that the reason why we are existing, we are living for one another. I quoted Isaiah 41 verse 6. If this thing can be delivered, let them go and read their Bible.
It's online, it's live.
Isaiah 41 verse 6 to 7, let them go and read it. Philippians chapter 2 verse 4, let them go and read it. It's in the Bible. Let them go and read it. Even the Quran they read. As a theologian, even the Quran they read. Told them that the reason why leadership is appointed, they are Quran. I cannot quote the exact verse now. I get me or chapter. Has told them the reason for living is to improve the life of the people. The reason why you are meant to government or authority is to make the life of the people enjoying, beneficial. It's in the Quran. Are you getting me? I cannot quote the exact chapter now because it's long I read it. So if that was the ecosystem of God planned by God on how people can exist peacefully and coexist among one another, we are there for one another. So they have to go back to that system of God. If that value is lost, then crisis is bound to be happening. It won't stop. So the only way is go back to the system of God, where everyone is dependent on one another, and everyone knows that whichever position, whichever gifting, whichever opportunity you have in life is to serve humanity. If you cannot do that, then they cannot. Let me tell you, they cannot with bullets, they cannot with gun, they cannot with their multitude of soldiers stop crisis. If they don't go back to the ecosystem of God, crisis will not stop. From all tribes, not about Yoruba or Igbo, Hausa, it will not stop until they go back to that system of God, which they are broken. The Bible told us when the hedge is broken, serpent will bite. So this serpent biting, the reason is that they have left God's system and have done their own system, selfishness.
We pray for Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful one. Yeah. For today, this is we are coming to the end of Bystanders on the Newsstand this morning. An ecosystem of God, whereby everybody will live according to the possibility, the giftings that God has given to them. As a leader, as a president, as a governor, as a House of Rep member, as a House of Assembly member, there's a reason why you are there to better the lives of people. So we pledge and we pray that our leaders listen to their calling and also do what is right. Okay, we are coming to the end of Bystanders on the Newsstand. We thank everyone that has spoken today. Oga Pato has spoken. We thank him very much. Mr. Vincent also spoke, and our wonderful mommy and our Apostle Humphrey also is here with us. We are going to say a big thanks to all our viewers around the world. If you're watching, you can comment on the topic we have this morning. And also we say a big thank you to boss Fliptv, Biodun Kupoli. I'm Christian Chuku, and behind the camera is Festus Uluwabukumi. Saying a very big thank you and bye for now. See you next time on this edition. Okay. Pastor.